Fam, what is up, squad? It's favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies, and I'm in the building with none other than RobDaManMedia. What's up, Rob?
Man, what's happening? What's happening? What's going
It's
on?
been a long time coming. It's Hot Takes Wednesday. Y'all got to get ready. We're gonna be here on a weekly basis talking Gamecocks basketball. We talking women's hoops with RobDaManMedia. Rob, so humbled to be here. Appreciate the opportunity to be doing this weekly thing with you, man. So impressed and humbled by all your hard work, man. So I appreciate being able to sit across from me right now and have this conversation. Tell us about women's hoops. Why you like women's hoops? We always hear you talking about Dion, man, and I'm sold on the Buffs. So for us to be Scope Buffs, and let's go Gamecocks. Oh man, let's go. So let's talk to me.
It's the perfect connection, right? You got Deion Sanders and you got Don Staley, two of the most powerful people in college sports right now, and both, African American. You don't really get that a lot, but for me, man, it goes deeper than just Don Staley, South Carolina. Like, to see some of these girls that my coach against in the AU circuit, to be at South Carolina, to be at these different destinations of schools, to be able to coach some girls that's in the Division I collegiate right now and Division II level. It's just a blessing just to see this. So, man, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. So, hey, every Wednesday, man, we bring y'all this show. So y'all tune in, man. Y'all make sure y'all share this out. Every Wednesday, this coming to y'all.
Wednesday, y'all better get ready. Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know it was coming. Y'all see me pop up with Rob here. See me pop up there. Look at us now. We together. And what y'all don't know, Rob tried to skip by it real quick. I'm gonna back up. He said coaching these girls out here. He said, hey, Rob seen it. Rob seen this talent very, 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 very at the beginning, right? Rob catching this talent at the beginning. So this is gonna be some insight, and we're gonna talk from a level that we haven't talked from yet here at CessTalkSports. So I'm excited. Let me hear. What do you think about us this season? Like, what are you most excited about?
The scary part about this whole situation is that y'all returning everybody but one person. That's the scary part about this. The things that I really want to see is from this team is go up, take it up another level, right? Really get up and guard somebody for 40 minutes in their face and just be a dog, right? Just see that nasty, that grit that just come out and we get out of transaction and really playing to a high level, being able to shoot that 3 ball and not afraid of missing. I think we put, like, in years past, because you had a big team that you had to play inside out. Well, this year you should be able to play outside in and utilize and play more of a, pick and roll, more dribble action, dribble handoff action. Like, you should be able to do a lot of different things. So I'm gonna dummy it down. I don't want to talk too much basketball term because I don't know if everybody know all that type of stuff.
No, we hear. So part of the thing about me is that I'm here to learn too, right? So I'm learning. I play ball. I got my lingo. I got my understanding. But I love this game so much. It's something new I learn all the time. And one of the things I learned about YouTube and the people that show up when your tribe finds you, like they usually are, for the most part, as educated, right? So we talking that same language. So don't dumb it down for us. We gonna talk hoops around here. And if you don't know, ask, because we'll tell you. But yeah,
I just want to see them use some more DHO action. For DHO is dribble handoff action. That's what I want to see from them, because you guys got the guards to be able to play that way. You guys got more athletic as the wings. The wings are more athletic, so you guys should be flying, right? Flying in transaction. And that's my biggest thing right now is play hard, be disciplined, grind possessions, but also when you get the opportunity to fly, go fly, right? And it'll make the game so much simpler.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's gonna be that's definitely has to be the approach from Coach Big Drip this season, right? So the world is getting ready to see something that Staley hasn't had before, and this is that's gonna stretch the floor and shoot the three. It's scary hours right now. I know it's coaches in their office right now, like scratching their head, Rob. Like, I don't know what to do. So Adele Taxi run that fast? Faster than Camilla? More athletic than Camilla? Hey, listen, that's scary. That's scary.
The person I got my eye on this team that's going to tell me everything I need to know about this team is Joyce Edwards.
Oh, well, that's we already know then. Y'all might as well put our name on the trophy then. If you saw she showed up in Memphis, Joyce is something special. Joyce is something that basketball hasn't seen before. Like, to be so athletic, and I think it's Valerie Barnes. I want to make sure I get the name right. I think it's Valerie Barnes, and I think you in the chat that called it out, that the difference that playing volleyball, that playing soccer, and playing basketball has made in her as an athlete. It changes her instincts, and that's the part that Valerie pointed out. Yeah, she's more athletic. She's been able to stay in shape, but her instincts. Volleyball got her diving to the floor for the ball without a problem. She knows how to fall. Some of these ladies and MJ talks about it. We talk about it all the time. Some of these ladies fall and they're gonna hurt their own self because they don't even know how to hit the ground. She's hitting the floor for the volleyball. She's run, never get tired because of soccer. I told y'all, I don't think she took a drink of water or wiped her face in the exhibition game. Like, and that was just her first 20 minutes of basketball in college. Y'all better stop playing with Joyce. She ain't the Gatorade National Player of the Year for nothing.
You know how most female athletes, like, when they go dive for a ball, it looks crazy. It's because they don't practice it at the lower level, right? If it's attention to detail. If you don't practice it at the lower level and you don't practice, certain things, when they get to college, that's why they have a downfall their first year, because you're getting adjusted, right? Because you've been living off your ability for so long that they haven't been taught the little things and how those little things are so important to the collegiate level, right? And I always tell my girls this: if you play defense, you're going to find a way to get on the floor. Because offense it's a skill thing that can always be translated, that can help you. But if you are willing to just to dig in and really play some defense, you're going to be on the floor.
Boy, man, get paid.
And that's what you see a lot of times with a lot of players at South Carolina, and what Don Staley recruits is she recruits girls to come in and play defense first and build them up over time to be better players. But now she has recruited, the last couple of years, she's recruited some offensive players. But for the most part, she's recruited defensive-minded players that understands how unselfish you have to be at this level, right? Selfless, right? You need selfless girls. You need selfless athletes to really push your team along, because that's what makes everything works, right? When you got selfless people. And I think a lot of people forget about that is, as many 5-stars she has on his team, somebody got to take a back seat.
Well, but I think it's like what you said. It's what you said. It's the selfless piece, right? I think that's she can recruit selfless people because she's selfless, and I think that's the thing that now I'm going back to like Prime and Staley. What I see is a common thread between them is that selflessness. It's that Dion doesn't talk about it, but he's just as much of a dream merchant as Don. Like, her high for the day is seeing your dream come true. So when your coach is right there, it's nothing that they won't do to get you to the next level, and that's what I think makes these young players buy in Interested since you coaching and you kind of are in this realm. Do you have an opinion about how NIL will affect selfless coaches being able to be successful? Like, is she gonna have to pay the $1 million that they want, or will her standard be enough still?
Honestly though, the way NIL, the way it's constructed now, is about to change again. They're gonna keep changing it and changing it, changing it. So now what NIL is about to be now is about to be everybody's gonna have a cap of what you can make. But if you get big brand sponsors, you can make over the cap, right? But you're gonna have a cap. So now it won't really matter because now kids can pretty much go anywhere. Now it's gonna be about what system fits you, right? One of the things that I would have loved to see Juju with Don Staley. I promise you that. But it didn't happen. But I know she didn't want to leave the West Coast. But when you look at what NIL can do for some of these players, think about it. Think about it like this. A college kid gonna make more in NIL money than they would make in the WNBA right now.
Absolutely.
So why leave?
There's no need to.
So that go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm saying for what? There is no need to leave. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna stay my 4 years. I'm gonna enjoy college. Like, why wouldn't I?
But watch what the WNBA do now. Because they're expanding, they might drop the age limit now. Just to get a couple girls out.
But you can drop the age limit, but you got to raise that money up. See, you can drop the age limit, but I got to be able to get the money. Because if the trade-off is, because here's the thing, Rob. Here's the thing. You could raise the age limit up. I could come out. I could get drafted and then not get signed. I can't go back to college now. I come out. I get drafted and then you Deja Fair me. Let me play one game, shoot a 3, and then I'm out of here. It's a lot of. It was 36 women got dressed and put their hair on, their makeup on, walk across them stages. About 7 of them we talked about for real this season. Am I leaving my NIL money for that? You're gonna have to make me it'll have to be an ironclad deal. The NBA, the WNBA.
Here's the difference though. Because the players opted out of their deal at the WNBA now, they got a year to negotiate and get it right. So now the ball's in your court because you opted out of this deal. What are we gonna do now? Right?
Yeah.
So you better be talking about how do we increase salaries because the WNBA is about to get a flex of money, right? And so who is the WNBA promoting right now that's in college? Paige Beckers. As much as people want to disagree, you know why they're doing it for. Because I don't even need to get into that talk, what they want the face to be. But that's who they promote.
Yeah, but
just
they're making a mistake.
Last year.
They're making a mistake because see, Paige sounds different in front of the mic than Caitlin. So they promote her, but they like, ooh, wait, don't talk to Paige yet. Don't put the microphone over there yet. We don't.
But you got to though.
They need Paige in this draft. Because Paige got him last year. It was like, haha, I'm not coming to the draft. Paige can ha them one more time if she wants to and stay in college and have another summer.
Listen, it all depends on who gets the first or second draft pick. That's what's going to depend on.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the reason why that's the reason why she stayed in the draft last. I mean, that's why she didn't go out last year because why come out, right? Where am I going?
So where's the perfect place? Where's the perfect place for Paige? Where should she hold out for? I think she has to cut the deal to go to the Valks. I think Paige gets any other place you put her, it's not her organization. You can't give Caitlin an organization and then not give Paige one. You got to give her something.
But see, it depends on when she comes out. If she comes out this year, right? I think San Fran would be the perfect place for her. I think that would be the perfect place because you got Paige on one side, you got Steph on the other side. You're gonna build the franchise like you see on the other side with the Golden State Warriors. That's kind of what it's gonna look like. But who can they acquire to play with her? That's gonna be the main thing.
But the other thing, though, that's special about this year is who want to be on a 1-year deal to come see if they just want to play with her. You might not have to do that much work. It's some people in the league that's like, if I get a chance to run with Paige, if I should ever get a chance to run with a player like that, I'm gonna take my chance. You can see
mark my words. This is gonna be the weirdest offseason the WNBA has on player movement.
Bob, I'm popping my popcorn already. The news is gonna be off the chart. The news is gonna be off the chart.
Because
college
guess what?
What's
the way they screwed Minnesota out that championship. I ain't even got to talk about that. What they did to them.
Come on, Rob. Rob, they had 2 chances at the crib. You can't complain. Don't come to my house and complain about my home cooking and you didn't cook right at your house. Now I got home cooking at my house. I'm not going to deny that.
Hey, listen, there's some things I complain about that happened in Minnesota, and it was like, come on, dog. Are we serious right now?
I mean, to me, it's like at the NCAA level and at the WNBA level, the refs to me are atrocious. So it's not even a conversation for me. The refs are going to be bad. If you're not coming in 8 on 5, what you doing?
Yeah, but for me, it was already set in stone. Like New York was going to win the championship because once you took out the Aces and you didn't see them in a championship, you kind of already knew what's going to happen. It wasn't even nothing to talk about. It's just, man, let's just make this stuff look. Let's make it look pretty. Let's get the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because we already lost the bag because the Aces and it didn't go how we wanted it to go. So now we already lost the bag. So now how do we figure this out? This got to go 5 games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's pretty much how it went. So I look at it. Now the question is this, right? DC, the Washington, they just fired their coach, right? Atlanta fired their coach. Dallas fired their coach. So now, what is and LA fired their coach?
Washington fired their coach?
They just fired him like 20 minutes ago.
Hey, y'all know what that mean, right? Y'all know what that mean. All 4 of them. I called all 4 of them months ago. I said Atlanta. I said LA. I said Washington. And what was one other one I said? It was one other one they got out of there. Dallas. Yeah. All 4 of them.
I mean, Dallas coach should have been fired. I don't even know what took him so long to fire her. Injuries or no injuries, Dallas coach should have been fired. I don't even know what they were waiting on that part.
So the father fired the GM is the dad in Washington. He fired the son.
Yeah.
I told you. Sometimes, the nepotism works itself out when it starts to affect the bottom line, and that's why Bronny will be fine. Either he'll make it in the NBA or he won't. He got you the job. You got to be able to keep the job. I'm telling y'all. But here's the problem.
But see, here's.
Yeah. Oh no! Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
They fired 4 coaches. Do you see 4 coaches to replace them? Where are they?
See, here's the thing. This is what's weird about the WNBA, right? They're trying to go away from male coaches and be female dominant as far as coaches go. But do we have enough female coaches that are willing to take that position? Because do you go to a collegiate? Like if I was a WNBA coach, I mean a franchise, I would go to the college ranks and go get a couple of these college coaches. They're just being me.
A college coach, a head coach, or assistant coach? See, to me, when you pay Don Staley, when you pay Don $3 a year, it's hard to go get Don.
No. They're not gonna be willing.
It's hard to go get Kim Mulkey.
They're not gonna. They don't have that type of money. I'm using a person, right? Tamika Reed, who's at Charlotte right now. I would go get her.
Okay.
I would go get a coach like her, somebody that I know that's gonna be hungry, that's gonna be motivated, and they ain't making a serious back in college. They can make an impact at the WNBA level. Like a coach like that would be perfect. But are we thinking about something like that to move your minds? Because that would be my perfect candidate. Hey, let me go get her. Let me see what that's about, right? Because think about what's finna happen, right? You're finna to expand, right? You're finna add 4 WNBA teams to this, right? With them four WNBA teams, guess what you're gonna have? You're gonna have more college kids that just coming out on those teams, and you're gonna have experienced people on those teams. So why not go get somebody from college who's fresh, who knows who these kids are, that can, put everything together. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you. I'm gonna leave college and you gonna do me like Teresa Weatherspoon? You gave her 4 months. You gave her 4 months to try to figure out something. And she took y'all from y'all supposed to be worse in the league to 2 days out the playoffs. And y'all gave her 4 months and fired her. Am I gonna let you carve me out of my spot? Now think about that. I'm flying on private jets. I'm eating good food. I'm in the best facilities. Am I coming really for less than $1 million. Am I coming? Because most of these coaches don't make $1 million. Are these coaches coming? Is my question.
They gonna change all that. Like the coach's salary, player salary, all that's finna change once the CBA gets approved. My biggest thing with that whole situation is, if you already know how this goes, if you can't get along with the franchise player, it don't matter what's going on. I don't give a damn how good of a coach you is.
That's how I'm trying to figure out how they keep talking about Kurt Miller in Chicago. It just doesn't, are y'all serious? Really? I don't know how that makes sense. And they're telling me that the GM and the son were let go. The GM and the son, him and his son had to go.
Listen, Kurt Miller shouldn't even, man, tell me what Kurt Miller has done to deserve another job.
Nothing. That's why I was surprised to hear his name. But I also see him in the chat talking about international coaches. What about the coach that took the team from what was that? The team from Africa?
France?
France team too, but Nigerian team. What about those coaches? Do you see international coaches coming over? I don't really know like the international coach makeup. I don't know if they play, if they get paid. So
here's the question, right? Somebody will have to coach this team in Canada. You're going to see an international coach.
Okay. And I see the names popping up. Coquise Washington. Okay.
Thinking about any American player, who wants to go play in Canada as an American player? Unless you know what I'm saying? If you're an overseas player, you might, but you're going to need an international coach. So now the landscape opens up for the WNBA of broadening the game, because now you went to Canada. Who's want to play in Canada? What franchise player want to play in Canada? Not saying it's a bad place to play, but who wants to play there?
I don't know. You maybe Alicia, maybe Aaliyah Edwards, Letitia Amir. I don't know. Some of these players from Canada that are here that were on the Canadian team. You start there. I don't know that there is an American player that's like, yo, I want to go to Canada and start there, especially with the complaints that the NBA had about the pay. Now I know there was some stuff with the taxes. I don't know if they figured out how to balance that out for the players that play. For Toronto, but that's going to be a concern, especially when the money is a little bit shorter.
But see, that was my biggest complaint of why they went to Canada first. Like they should have put that Canada team in Denver. Is what they should have did. Because
why Denver?
Because Denver is a high population women's basketball sport. Like they thrive off of women's basketball. And what you don't know is like Denver, like Colorado produces a lot of high basketball caliber players, but they end up going to high caliber teams out west. They don't even play for the University of Colorado. Like Lauren Best, the number one player, I coached against her. She's at UCLA. Reagan Beers, who was at Oregon State, I coached against her, beat her for a championship. She's at Oklahoma. So we got another Bree that's coming out. Bree Chris, she's coming out. She's top 5 in the 2026 class. We got Lauren Best's youngest sister, Sierra Best, who's getting ready to come out. She's top 2. She's top 2. Coached against her. We've seen her grow up as a kid. So they got talent in Colorado, and it's a rich state that loves basketball. So I don't understand like why did they had already did a trial run in Denver. So I don't understand it, but it is what it is.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Denver would have been interesting. I think my concern, and I talked with a gentleman, CS Racing. We did a couple of videos. We were just talking about like some of the WNBA cities and some of the facilities that they're trying to fill up. They're not filling up, right? And so they end up in the red instead of the black. So maybe trying some smaller venues, some different type of cities. But I wasn't even thinking about Denver as a hotbed for basketball. Probably because when I think Colorado, I always just think Skull Buffs. So I don't even get past like the Buffs. I don't get past the football piece of it, right? So I don't think of them as a basketball hotbed. But when you name those names, yeah, that's a lot of talent to let get out the state. That's a lot of talent to let get away. So great point. I see they saying.
Let me just say this though. This is another key point that people don't realize. If you're trying to expand, why not go to popular cities where it's easy to travel from? That's why I'm saying Denver. Because Denver is a big connection flight city. So it's like you got an international airport that does so many flights that it's easy to travel in and easy to travel out. It's not easy to travel to Canada and come out of Canada. It's not. Right? It's just like going to Portland. It's really not easy to go to Portland and come out of Portland. So it's like, what are we putting what we putting basketball like at and what we picking destinations at, you got to make it easy on the players. If one of the biggest concerns about the WNBA players is travel, right?
Right.
How do you make it easy if you keep putting them in cities where it's hard to get out of and get in? Doesn't make sense.
See, okay, I like that. And my thing is, why not put them in places like where women's basketball is already popular? It's in places, and it may be smaller cities, right? It may be, I don't know how well, you got the Connecticut team in near UConn, but what's the closest WNBA team in proximity to South Carolina? That's a hotbed.
Why doesn't South Carolina have a basketball team? Think about it. Think about it.
Like Tennessee is a hotbed for women's hoops. Why don't they have a team? Right?
I think they're gonna be the next. I think they're gonna be the next city that gets it, though. I think Nashville, Tennessee is gonna be the city that gets it.
Okay. I mean, I like Portland because it gives some work that can be done on the West Coast, right? So now you got 4 teams over there that you can kind of build some rivalries. People can travel. You can go to LA, and then if it mean that much, you can hit San Francisco. And if you feeling like that, going on up to Portland and going all the way up to Seattle, it's not impossible. You know what I mean? To go and see all of those things.
I mean, I get the theory, right? You go LA, boom, to Golden State, then you go up to, Portland and Seattle. That makes sense, right? It logically does. But we forget about the basketball states. Like, who are the real basketball states? You don't have a basketball team there. Like, you can go to Kentucky, you can go to Tennessee. Like, the true basketball states, we don't really have nothing there.
But that's why I think it was important to start the expansion.
And Houston was a better basketball city than Dallas was.
Oh, that's a sore spot for me, Rob. That's a sore spot for me. They took a lot of history out of the WNBA when they closed that franchise. I don't know. You have to fight to have a franchise in Houston when it's 4 championships there. And those legends are still around to be around that organization. That's a sore spot. That, to me, that's the cities that lost teams that had championships, to me, should be able to have a team back. So I'm looking for the Shock to be back here in Detroit. I'm looking for the Comets to be back. To me, those make sense. I think we love women's hoops here. I don't think that we. I don't think we showed the love that we needed to, but we need. Yeah. We got to stand on business next time we get a chance. So, there's that. But yeah, I like the sports cities. You also have to think about sports betting too. You got to think about that too. That's a good point. Shantae Michelle. I appreciate y'all popping in. Y'all doing this thing with RobDaManMedia every week. Y'all make sure y'all get RobDaManMedia a follow, hit them likes on both the platforms. What is your coming back to South Carolina? What is your first introduction to Dawn Staley?
I've always been a big Dawn Staley fan. Honestly, I watched her as a player, watched her in the WNBA, and just seeing her journey at South Carolina has been the biggest piece for me, to build a powerhouse, right? To know, like, you had to battle against the Tennessee, you had to battle against the UConns to get to where you're at now, to be the top person, right? And Gino's still there. Pat Summitt is gone at Tennessee, but you like came through the ranks and really built up a program, and to see where you continue to grow and to still be that motivational piece and still have that fire to just want to dominate every season. It's just you just connect to those type of people, because it's like Deion Sanders, right? You looking to go in and dominate. Like, I don't want to just win. I just want to dominate. I just want to go show you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna win off the court and on the court.
Prime time,
right?
Baby. Prime time. Yep.
The next thing I want to see from Dawn Staley is helping her girls get into bigger NIL deals, right? Being more marketable with her players. That's really what I want to see. And, I said that's kind of what got me interested, right, with the Gamecocks right now is to help these women prosper, to get a bigger NIL deal, to be able to be more marketable, to help them have a brand before they get to the WNBA. Because once they get to the WNBA, how much more their brand can go, right? You got the staples of, Asia Wilson and, Aaliyah Boston and Cardoza, but what guards you know what I'm saying, really got a marketable brand behind them in the WNBA.
That's a great point.
There's a lot of Gamecocks in the league, but who really got a marketability behind them? Because all you know is about the bigs. What about the guards?
Because y'all should be talking about Alicia Gray. Y'all should be talking about Alicia Gray. Y'all should be talking about Ty.
I like Alicia Gray. I like
Alicia Gray. The year 24 is the year of Alicia. She won the AU. She showed out at the WNBA All-Star Weekend. She won everything. She won everything at the WNBA All-Star Weekend. And Atlanta almost was in the playoffs. And a big part of that is Alicia Gray.
That's what. Listen, the one thing I don't understand about that Atlanta team is that they got the talent. I just don't understand why it can't click consistently.
It was a coach. I'm convinced it was coaching and leadership at the top. I'm convinced.
Listen, I've watched.
You got Tina Charles there, all that talent. Oh goodness.
Listen, I've watched Ryan Howard since high school. Right, seen her in AU to where she's at now, and I'm like, she don't even play aggressive. She's just chilling on the island. Just if I get the ball, I get the ball. If I don't, it is what it is, right? You got Alicia Gray.
Maybe that's what's turning me off about her. Because I'm like, I'll take Big Foe over Ryan Howard right now. Maybe Ryan Howard is just checked out on Atlanta and needs a fresh start somewhere else. I don't know, because it's like, and it's what you said. It's like, are you in it or you not in it, or you're not buying in? Something is wrong right there.
Man, listen, she's got a lot. Ryan Howard's got a lot of game that she not even utilizing her game. Like, year over year, you should see something grow over a player, and you haven't seen it really like prosper yet in Atlanta, right? She should be mid post, jab step, give me that. You know what I'm saying? 3 ball, bang, off the dribble, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, get to a dribble. I'm pulling up. Like, that's what should be happening with Ryan Howard. She should be even better, be guardable right now, right? Use your left hand, 2 dribble, pull up. Like, those type of things should be happening, and it's not happening. And it's like, man, what are we doing? Like, we're just wasting years. Is what we're doing. We're wasting years, and then now guess what? Atlanta's gonna get a number 1 pick within the next couple of years, and then they're gonna trade her. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate, but the young talent is coming in. Like, I think you're gonna see. I don't know if they want Ford back home. I would take her back home. I don't know if they want Sanaya Fagan back home, but I would take Fagan back home. People sleeping on Fagan. Fagan bag deep. Sanaya Fagan bag is deep. She can show y'all something this year. Y'all keep watching. I see Shantae Michelle. You tell me all the time, Ryan can take anybody off the dribble. I gotta see it. Bro, she's not doing it in the dub. I don't know what the problem is.
When she want to get in her bag, she can get in it. She just don't consistently do it. And that's the problem, right? That's the true problem. But we're going to see, because guess what? The WNBA is expanding to add 4 more games. So we're going to find out.
Oh, we're gonna find out. And I think this season is going to be important with these 1-year deals. Because it's an audition for everybody. When the money get bigger, the requirements are going to be a little bit more stringent. You're going to have to really be a baller, like, to make it in this league.
Yeah. If I'm anybody, I'm signing a 1-year deal. I'm not signing 2 years. Unless you're on the Aces. You sign 2 years.
Well, okay. So do you think the Aces is the best run organization?
No, because they're living off 4 players. And that's the reason why I'm saying this. Okay. They have the best attributes to be the best because they started tweaking stuff to get ahead of people. What happens when everybody starts to build that practice facility and catch up? Now what's the niche, right? Because that's how they were beating people, because they had their own practice facility, they had their own shift, they had everything right there. The only thing that hurt the Aces this year was Candace Parker retired on them. That's what hurt them the most. And they weren't able to go make any moves because they was counting on Candace Parker being there. But if they knew Candace Parker wasn't going to be there, I think they make 1 or 2 moves to really help them. The problem with the Aces is if they don't fix the four position, the power forward position, they're not going to win anything else.
Well, they better get to fixing it because they had opportunities. See, to me, the thing was after Candace left, once we knew Candace wasn't coming back, we bought in players that I never even necessarily saw get a chance to really see what they could do. Jessica Carter, we brought her in and then she was gone. I think we bought who? I think did we bring Queen in? She didn't
sat on the bench.
Anything else.
But see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing with that. You know how this goes. It's the head coach trustability, right? I promise you, if she got suspended for 2 games, I promise you would have seen them players play, and that would have built the confidence, right? Mm-hmm. They got built. They drafted. She been there for 3 years and still ain't got off the bench. Like at what point she played her rookie year, but outside her rookie year, she hasn't played. And guess what? Y'all need size. Y'all need size. What's wrong with her playing the 4? She can shoot the ball.
Well, my thing is, don't be here if you can't play. I don't have room. This ain't college. If you sitting on the bench, I mean, you getting a check. I need you to earn that. I need you to earn that. It can't be by being the vibe in the locker room. I don't have that job on my list. I'm not hiring for that. The vibe in the locker room, give me your check. I don't have time for that. Like, we need players there. So I've been asking, people. I've been asking, what is Becky's best coaching? When was the last time you was like, man, Becky coached her butt off?
I would honestly though, the last time I really seen Becky like really coach, I got to give to her the finals, right? Because she made some adjustments in the finals to help them win their last championship. But this year, you didn't see it. Like, the problem with the Aces is their team is all the same across the board. Like, all their guards are small. Mm-hmm. They don't have no big guards. And then all of their bigs are true bigs. They can't stretch the floor. That's the problem.
Exception of Asia. But the other thing though too is I feel like everybody did come back better though, Rob. Like Asia came back better. I didn't see anybody else come back better than they were last season.
Because you know why? Because Asia wasn't happy with just winning a title.
Exactly.
Right? Gray got hurt and it took time for her. They didn't go out and get a backup point guard, which is what they needed. Because they was living off of Plum can do it, and Plum is not a point guard. No, she's a combo.
And Plum ain't paying a whole lot of defense either.
And then on top of that, when you look at Young, she still ain't really developed her shot or consistency of being a dog. Like I love Young, but you got to be more consistent. Like you are the motor, but once again, she's dealing with an injury, whatever, what's going on, blase. But you got to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? But also, if you don't develop a bench, it don't matter what you do because you riding your starters for so like the Aces look like the New York Knicks, which is what they look like. I'm gonna play my starters and I'm not gonna have a bench. And when I need my bench to show up, I can't put nobody in because I ain't developed nobody the entire season. That's exactly what they look like. Mm-hmm. And see, years past, they had at least 2 or 3 people they could bring off the bench, right? You had people that you can bring in rotation-wise, right? When Hamby went down, you know what I'm saying, you got away with it. You had a big, you know what I'm saying, you just come to our defensive rebound, whoop-de-wop, right? You had another guard, the guard that got into the she got suspended. She pretty much got kicked out of the league for domestic violence.
Yeah, and then she got banned. Yep, she got banned. Start with an R.
I like Augusta. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Augusta, but they didn't use her enough. She's got a nice offensive game. They don't use her though.
No, she can't play for me. She can't play for me, Rob. She went over to Paris and showed out, and then came back, and I can't get 8 points. I'm sorry, Gustafson. Like, I'm using you where I'm using you, but you got to build the confidence for me. To me, she got out there and played scared over here. I don't know.
No, that's not it. Listen, that's not it. Trust me, go watch how she played there and how much freedom she had to play versus coming to the Aces and how much freedom do you have to play. Because guess what? You got to defer to Chelsea Gray. You got to defer to Chelsea Plum. You got to defer to Young. You got to defer to Asia. So you got to, if any one of them 4 on the court, you got to defer to them. Now, if you take out 3 of them, see, here's my thing. I don't like the rotation what Becky did this year. That's the problem.
Let's talk rotation, okay? Because I'm saying once you get on the floor, you got to be ready. I don't care how many people is before you. When I get it to you, you got to go. So I get that part. So maybe it's rotation.
The rotation, how she had it set up last year, she would take out Chelsea Gray to play with the second unit. Well, this year she put Plum on the second unit, which Plum ain't Listen, you can get away with Plum and Young as your guards with Asia Wilson in the game, but you can't do that with the backup players because they're not ball dominant to open up the game to make the game easier. With Chelsea Gray, she's going to be the leader no matter what, and she can open up and see the game, and she can be able to get them to easier shots. And so the way she did the rotation this year is a complete difference in what she did the last 2 years. And that's what really hurt them because you could have stole minutes with you could have put Chelsea Gray and you could have put Tiffany Mitchell, which she just had a revelation year out of nowhere. You could have put them two together on that second unit and it'd been a lot better.
Okay.
But also, if you think how the Aces really got screwed, you know how they really got screwed?
Let's talk about it. I'm getting ready to ask you about the draft. So
because the coach from Minnesota was the smartest person out there, and she played their ass in the goddamn Olympics and ran them to the ground. So
she tried to do the same thing with the New York players, Sabrina and Staley. They was like, but they're and it goes right to what you was talking about. But their bench, she tried to do the same thing with. And I said it on the live. She wanted all 4 of them Vegas players on her team. And she wanted as many New York Liberty, as many of them as you can. And not only did she run them, only did she run them, she learned as much about them as she could while she was working them out and having them practice and trying them in different situations and seeing their tendencies. Very smart. It backfired on her in the end because she wasn't confident enough to go to her bench. Peely should have been developed enough. She had 6 fouls to throw at somebody. That was a big body that you could have put out there. That was a 3-ball threat that somebody would have had to at least think about for a moment. So it goes back to, like you said, being able to trust that bench. But here's my question for you for the Aces. No first round pick.
Well, I'm gonna say this before we move.
The
thing that I'm gonna say about Minnesota coach, you got a dog that's on the bench, Diamond Miller, that should have been playing. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh man, that's a talk for another day. We can talk Diamond Miller another day. But sticking with the Aces and Tiny kind of back to college. In the draft and all of that stuff, we don't got a first round pick. How do you fix it? How you fixing the Aces?
Honestly, you don't need a first round pick with the Aces. You need to go into free agency and say, who can I find, right? Because you got Clark, which is she's a serviceable player, but you need a role player to fit that forward spot. They can stretch the floor, but also they can rebound. That's bigger, right? Because I would love to see them put Clark at the 3 and bring in a 4, but it's gonna be hard to put her at the 3 because you got to take out one of them. You got to take out Chelsea Gray, Plum, or Young, and I don't think they're willing to do that. You got to find a 4. That's my biggest thing. I'm going to free agency, and before free agency even start, you already know who's going to the Aces. So, but I got to look and see who's out on free agency market because that's gonna be the key. Whoever's out on free agency market, I can pretty much tell you who's gonna go to the Aces. They're gonna change their bench. That's one thing they're gonna do.
I agree. They changed the bench. The 1-year deal scare me. The Valks coming along scare me because I'm feeling like some people that would have went as far west as Vegas will now go as far west as San Francisco for them facilities and that experience, right? And so, is it gonna be as easy? Is Vegas the destination spot now? Like you said, it's going to be a crazy offseason, 1-year deals, people going everywhere, people trying to make super teams, people trying to play together that wanted to play together their whole career. Do you see us still competing? I see us still competing next season. I want your opinion.
Honestly, the easiest selection is to go to the Aces because you don't got to do as much, right? You go to the Aces, you just a fit in piece, right? Like it's just like Candace Parker going to the Aces. It was too easy. But you don't have a player that's like a Candace Parker that's in the WNBA right now. You don't. That plays the 4, that can do those type of things. Those were the things that really hurt the Aces last year was you had a player that can handle the ball, bring the ball up, that can get you into the offense, that can initiate, and give outlet passes up the court, right? Because that's Chelsea Gray's favorite thing. So you didn't have Chelsea Gray on the court. You had Candace Parker. So those type of things that you're going to see from the Aces. What about NECA? I don't think NECA could go to the Aces, but I don't think it'll be a I don't think she would though, just because she wants to compete against them. And she wants to say that she beat them. I don't think she would want, if she beat them and she had a championship, she got a championship. But if she beat the Aces to go get a championship, then she probably would be more lenient to go to the Aces. But because she hasn't beat them, I don't think she would. I think she would stick it out in Seattle one more year. But Seattle is a cluster. I don't know. I don't know what Seattle's doing. I really don't.
Okay, so you brought up Seattle. I'm right back in time for Seattle because I've been wondering about Seattle too. Is it Quinn? Is it the coach? And should we be worried that we're getting ready to have no black female head coaches in the WNBA?
Listen, I just want you just look at Seattle starting five, and you telling me that they can't make it to a conference final?
I call them clunky. They're too clunky. Everybody's falling over everybody. It's like you got 7 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. Everybody bumping into each other at the bathroom. What's the identity? Who's in charge? Who do y'all hang your head on defense? Are y'all a scoring team? Who closes the show?
When
the game's on the line, who closes the show?
Drew Lloyd. Like that's
I think so too. But you bought in Gabby, and you had Horston there. To me, you should have gave Horston some time. If you don't like Horston, let her go, because I got a lot of places that I'd like to see her. See Chicago, Las Vegas. I can see Horston.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm not gonna lie to you. If Gabby Williams would have went to the Aces, it was a wrap for the league. It was a wrap for the league.
Sure. But
if
did you think Gabby wanted to go there?
Huh?
Did you think like Gabby wanted to go there?
I don't think the Aces put enough pressure on her to come there.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say. I don't think like they wanted her, they thought about it, but they didn't really apply the pressure to go get her. You know what I'm saying? But if she'd have went to the Aces after that run from the Olympics, the Aces would have won it all. Easy. It wouldn't have been no doubt, because Gabby Williams can match up with Stewie. And now you got Asia against, like, it's perfect matchup across the board. Right? And all New York did, the only thing New York did differently this year than they did last year is they went and got an overseas player to play their 3 to make them bigger. That's it. And they finally benched Vandersloot. That was it. That's really the only difference.
Vandersloot. No. Yeah. You say something I got to ask you about now. They went and got an international player. As an American player, should I be concerned? It's getting ready to be a lot more competitive. Like, you look at the draft last year, right? Out of the first 12, what was those? 3 or 4 of them were international players in the top 10. I mean, top 12, right? So it's getting more competitive. As an American player, how should I feel?
You should feel good, because the game is growing, right? And the more that, like, to be honest with you, you should love it, because it puts pressure on American players to get better. This is why you should love it, because international players, they're going to be skilled off the rip, like, because they know they're not going to out-athlete you. So they're going to be more skilled. So now it puts pressure for people in America to develop the kids at a younger age and stop relying on athleticism. Because once they get to college, it ain't going to matter no more.
Exactly.
So could you imagine a kid with skill playing for Don Staley? How much better they could be? And you know how to play behind an 8 ball?
Well, I mean, we say look at international players for Don Staley. I'm looking at one that just got to the league, Ned Camila Cardoso. I know what she do with an international player, especially an international big. And I'm hoping for tomorrow that I'm going to get another international player in McDowell to say that they're going to be a Gamecock. We'll find out. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Dawn will do with international players, because she coached at the Olympic team at that level.
Just think about the France team, right? That played United States for the championship. How close was that game?
Oh, it was a close game. That was a good game. France, but they played some ball in France. They played some basketball in France. But I was disappointed in how Canada showed up.
It's skill, though. It's skill. All it is skill, right? Okay. There ain't nobody afraid of Ain't nobody afraid of the United States no more. Because guess what? No. When these kids get to 5, 6 years old overseas, they put the ball in their hand. They're teaching them dribble, running around, doing all these different things. So by the time they get to 16, 17, 18, guess what? they're playing on the national team. By the time you get to play on the national team, you about 24, 25, 26.
Yeah,
playing against 18, playing against 16, 17, 18-year-old. So they already got the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to a real Olympic year, that's why the games keep getting closer and closer.
Oh yeah,
and so,
it took all the Asians. It took all the Asians to get it done.
And what if they didn't play them?
Exactly. But I'm like Shantae Michelle. Canada has ballers, so I thought that Canada was going to show up way better. I expected them to show up way better.
The men or the women side?
The women. The women.
I mean, the men had talent too, but the women, yeah, the women.
And I'm not saying, I didn't mean that the men didn't have talent. I just really didn't watch the men, so that's why I'm saying I was looking for the Canadian women to really ball this year.
Honestly, they disappointed on both sides, the men and the women's side. To be honest with you, they disappointed, but also the willingness. See, the thing about it is, to me, is how many like for the WNBA they're gonna have to change some calls, like some things, because you got people shutting down to go play for their country and say, "Hey, we'll be back," but. You know, it is what it is. But when you look at
you're talking about the prioritization rule, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing about it is, we gotta prioritize basketball better and understand that it's a job, right? Because the biggest knock that I have with Angel Reese is, girl, get your butt in the gym.
Oh yeah,
like
she in the gym.
I know she in the gym now, but I'm saying before the season, I'm like, get your butt in the gym, because like you look like you still playing junior high basketball the way you doing stuff out there. Like that what it look like.
Okay.
Because you've been living off of, you're a tall player, you can just out hustle people and you can get rebounds. That's cool. But when it's counted on, I need you to go make a jump shot, can you go make it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the difference, right? Like literally, Reese could average 25 points in the WNBA if she really wanted to.
Oh, she will.
But she's got to become a better free throw shooter. She's got to become a better shooter. That's just point blank period. And I'm not saying that she can't do it. It's just everything can't look like a set shot. Like you just barely jumping off the ground. You got to get in that thing and really put the ground and put the work in.
So I got a question on that one. How much does the rod in the leg and the pin in the foot keep her from jumping? And like how much more, you know, I guess lift is she gonna be able to get?
Honestly, it comes from who's your strength and conditioning coach.
Okay.
That's really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not working on strength and conditioning to get stronger, it don't matter. Mm-hmm. Right? You can go in the gym and shoot. But are you taking the right shots? Think about the way Reese shoots the ball. Everything is set. It doesn't look normal. It doesn't look like this is what you should be doing, because it's not what you should be doing. It's because the way you're being taught, your mechanics is super slow. So it's going to take you time to get the release off, because you're not practicing in a game manner to get that shot off in a game.
Great point.
And so that's the difficult part about Reese, is like, if you just put 10% more into your game, you can be 30 times better. Just 10. I'm not even asking you to put 50%. If you just put 10 more percent into the game, you can be 30% better.
I like
just that simple.
I like
and
that.
It's really, if she really understands of how to just catch, rip through, one dribble, pull up, that right there will make her game 10 times better.
So where does she go?
And everything does not have to be at the rim.
So where does she go get that now? Where does she go get that now? Because is that something that Kim Mulkey should have been giving her? Is that something that she should have got from before that? And at this point, if it's a piece that she needs in her game, is it that she has to go find a trainer to be able to do it for her? Is it Chicago Sky? Like, we're at that level. Where does the fixing your game and improvement come from?
The problem is, who's going to be the head coach for her? That's the problem number one, right? That's the problem you got to fix first, because now who's the head coach and how do you want to utilize her? Because everybody's going to use Angel Reese in a different way. If I'm coaching Angel Reese, I'm putting her in pick and roll action, because that's the best strength to her game, is for her to set a screen and to roll to the rim, because she doesn't have a jump shot, right? Now, if she can show me, development like Asia Wilson, where we can extend your game out, Now we can play you different because now we're throwing that ball to the wing. We allow you to get to your strong hand, your left hand, put you on the right side, get to your left hand, and go downhill, attack the rim. It looks different. So it all depends on who's the head coach and what kind of action are they playing through her. It's not, it can be done, but also is who's utilizing her in what way. And that's the part that I think people
they asked her to just rebound this year. They always just ask her to rebound. I don't know that anybody asked her to really like be a scorer. Like the other 10 points she puts with the 10 rebounds is like a bonus. Is how it's been treated to me in her career. So at this point, maybe Unrivaled does that for her. Being down there and working with Nafisa and Asia and some of the other players she said she was going to work with this offseason. But I definitely want to see that development.
Listen, just think about just her taking a layup. It just looks unorthodox. Just her shooting a layup looks unorthodox. It literally truly looks like you're junior high still learning how to play basketball, technique, everything, right? There's no extension up high to finish layup there. So those type of things, like I always look at those type of things because you can understand like certain things. Like for me with Angel Wilson, Angel Reese, is that she's going to be a dog on the glass because she's motivated by rebounds. So you don't got to teach that. That's just natural energy. It's now what can you do to build onto her skill set that's going to blossom her to a player that can score 30? Because she can get to a point where she could dominate and score 30 a game and have 15 rebounds. But is she willing to put the work in to be that person? Because she doesn't go to the free throw line enough for me. She should be at the free throw line.
I like what Political Lil was saying. So Political Lil's in the chat and she's saying like I don't think that her height she ever caught back up with her height when she was before she started growing. She had the one dribble pull up in high school. So
I seen her at AU.
Catching the games back up with each other. And that's a great point. And I think that may happen with a lot of the women in the game. Like you start off in these guard positions and then you shoot up, and nobody brings that game. Nobody's there to help you bring that game with you to match where your height is and how it fits with where your height is and how you should attack. So I think that's a great point.
But there's a lot of things from AAU that got changed when she got to college, right? And those are the things that you don't know if you ain't never watched her at AAU. Like I've seen her play in the national championship game. I've seen her play in the AAU circuit. She shot the ball way more in AAU than she did in college. Point blank, period. Like I've seen her.
A confidence thing?
It's not a confidence thing. It's a coach thing. Is the coach allowing you to take those shots, or how do they want to play you? Because think about it. When she went to Maryland, she played one way, and then she goes to LSU and play a different way. It's the coach. Whatever the coach is telling you to do is what they're telling you to do. Because guess what? When they start pulling up shot charts on you, you can't take that shot. You can only shoot in this range, right? So it's like, what are you doing to build yourself to get to the next level? We know the thing about Angel Reese is you got an elite skill, and that's rebounding. That's going to automatically get you to where you need to go. What do you build up from that elite skill?
So I got this question. Do you think Angel looks different with a Simone Augustus in the building coming out of college? With that type of assistant coach in the building versus what was in the building at LSU while she was there?
Yes, because Simone Augustus understands that she's a champion. So she's gonna tell you, she's gonna show you the ropes of, hey, this is what you need to work on, this the grind, this is what you need to do. Because you've seen the progress in Simone Augustus' game year after year after year. So yeah, that would definitely help her.
You talked about Juju looking different if she had got to Dawn. If Dawn had got her hands on Angel would look very different. Like,
for sure.
Scary hours on Angel Reese.
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, the thing that gets me with Reese is like, even though she is tall, nobody has really put her in the post and really worked her out in the post and gave her some post moves. That's the thing that kills me the most.
She's always playing out of position. It seems like it's either an injury or a coaching thing where she's always out of position to me. So I'm very interested to see how Angel develops her game. We went all over the place too with this hour, y'all. We were supposed to be talking about.
Hey, listen, we supposed to be talking about South Carolina, but hey, listen, this is what it's gonna be every Wednesday, man.
This is gonna be every Wednesday. We talking women's hoops. We gonna base it in Gamecocks, but we taking it wherever it ends up, man. We appreciate y'all pulling up and hanging out with us. Rob, what you got before we get ready to get out of here?
how good can this South Carolina sophomore class be? You've seen them as a freshman. How good can this sophomore class be?
And so
Let's get back to South Carolina.
When we talking sophomore class, we just talking Tessa and Lay. We're not talking Chloe because she came a little early, even though by age she's there, right? So Tessa and Lay how good can they be? Both of them can compete for the National Player of the Year if they in their bag like they can be. Lay came back to me way, and we can talk about it in the chat, and we're gonna be talking Gamecocks for a minute, but Lay has a bigger upside than any guard I think out there. When Lay locks in. And learns, like Don said, how to play the game in between the big moments, it's scary hours for everybody out there. Tessa was underrated last year already. I don't think that people understand, like, coming out of Minnesota, Miss Minnesota, the other Miss Minnesota that came out of there is Paige Beckers. Put the same respect on Tessa's name that you put on Paige Becker's name, because she played in the same state and had the same dominance. Yeah. Like, don't sleep on Tessa. Tessa with the J is going to be a problem. Lay and Tessa together are a problem. And the South Carolina connection that Don just built with them three coming in back to back, because Ashland, we're going to find out on Friday, I think, will be back. So Ashland, Lay, Joyce together is a problem. Lay was really, really quiet. I think the ankle is going to be fine. 10 points in Memphis. FAFO issued sophomore classes. And then y'all didn't give them no SEC Player of the Year nominations. Barely put them on the all SEC team and all of that. We taking notes. We taking notes and we feeling cocky. Seatbelt gang, let's go.
Hey, listen. The one thing that they messed up on is not putting the Gamecock on. I was blown away. I'm like, y'all can't put at least one of them. Y'all can't put one. Oh no! See now it's like you might. Hey, listen. Hey,
y'all poked the bear last year with number 6. Keep playing with it.
Like, not one person can make the team. Raven been there.
The Raven disrespect crazy. The Raven disrespect is crazy. We'll deep dive into that as we keep going. But yeah, like I said, seatbelt gang, let's go.
Hey,
lock up.
Hey, I mean, but let's hit a point, right? So I know that they're gonna make a something's gonna come out, right, about Watkins, right? And what they're gonna do with her. Just say, for instance, right, she's not playing, right? Because technically she's not playing, she's suspended, whatever. How does the Wings look this season for the Gamecocks, knowing that she's not playing as of right now?
Scary, because then they're gonna be playing for her, and that's even scarier. Like, when they lock in and like, well, we gonna do this for Ashland. So to me, Chloe hasn't left the gym since she won the national title. Chloe's midi was already the best midi in women's college basketball to me. We can argue about it. She added a 3-ball to that. Chloe is like a Swiss Army knife. People, you don't outwork Chloe kids. I don't know if people watch the LSU game, but go back and watch how Chloe got down in the dirt with Anissa Morrow. She's not scared to get in there with nobody and mix it up. Sanaya Fagan just went and got a 3-on-3 gold medal. She coming back to show y'all something. She went and worked out with Flauget. She went and worked out with Harmony Turner this summer. Playing that 3-on-3 tournament, all of that good stuff. Sanaya's here to show out. And then we got players that's coming in that's gonna want to make a name for themselves. Joyce Edwards is a problem. Rolls Royce Joyce, that's a problem. That is a problem. All by herself, she's a problem most people can't figure out. So listen, I'm expecting our sophomore class to step up and fill in for as far as like points and stuff where Ashland would have been, but them other 6 bigs, they're gonna fill in really nicely. And it'll be by committee. And if it's no Ashland, we'll miss some of her blocks, but I think we'll pick up some of that stuff with what Adele Talk brings, because I saw her just take 2 hands and just take a ball out the air in Memphis. So,
hey, listen, I think y'all in good hands, whether y'all have Ashland or not. My player I'm watching out for Joyce Edwards. The Gatorade National Player of the Year, and what she's gonna bring to the table. I think she's gonna end up starting for you guys. By the time this year ends out, I think she's gonna end up being the starting power forward for you guys. And just the things that she can do on the court, and the way she can just flat out just run nonstop down the court, and play it in transition is going to be a key that you guys are going to have that you guys haven't seen in a long time. You know, having, you know, to take possessions and slow down the game to make sure Aaliyah Boston and Kadosa stay in the game. I don't think you have to worry about this year because you guys are going to have more athletic bigs that can really run in transition and speed the game up. And when you guys can speed the game up, it's going to wear down the other team mentally. So when you look at Joyce Edwards, what do you see coming into this season? And what are your expectations for the let's say the first half of the season? We're not gonna say the entire season, but for the first half of the season, what do you expect from Joyce Edwards?
I think we're gonna use Joyce more like kind of how we used Lay. She'll have a certain spot that she'll come into the game, and it'll be like Joyce time. It was Lay time, like 3 to 4 minutes left in the game. I noticed Lay came in Memphis at about like the 5-minute mark, 6-minute mark. So she got a couple more minutes. So it looked like Lay is moving in the starter minutes, even if she's not going to start. And I kind of expect the same thing out of Joyce. I think that Dawn is very sensitive about how players are presented, especially in their senior year, especially with them trying to get to the WNBA. So I don't know that she would actually drop the freshman in the starting lineup as much as she would give her starting minutes. And while I don't expect to see Joyce start, I do expect to see Joyce finish. And for me, that's the more important thing is that those going to be the players that are on the floor to finish this game. And the starting part and, you know, the hand clap and all of that stuff, I know that's important for how WNBA scouts and stuff look at that, like, oh, this was a starter on it. So that stuff, those things will that formula will stay the same, because I don't think that we'll do anything that's to ruin anybody's WNBA draft stock. And we got players that are going to be in the draft this year, so I think we'll maintain that for them. But you will see Joyce be a big impact. I expect her to start off kind of just rebounding and putting stuff back, but as Joyce starts to step out and show her game, it'll be Joyce Edwards' time. And she's got a game that you can't bottle it up. It happens because she's gonna go after the 50-50 ball. She's gonna go hard for the rebound. She's gonna go to try to block. She can run forever, and you can trust her to make the right play. She's not gonna shoot you out of a game. She's always gonna make the intelligent play. So I expect to see her as a leader on this team really early.
And that's like one of the things that I always tell people, like, even like, you know, you talk about Dion and the Colorado Bucks, man, it never matters who starts. Who finishes the game is the most important thing, because those are the players that's going to be the most trustworthy players. Otherwise, they're not in the game. Exactly. The players that have the most confidence, the swagger, the demeanor to help you grind out wins, because not every game is going to be a blowout, but can you grind out possessions and stack possessions? And, you know, those are the things that really matter when it comes to basketball. So to be able to see, you know, who closed out a lineup for the South Carolina team is what you want to see, and does it change game from game, or does she roll with consistency? So if you had to give your closing lineup right now, who would you give?
Closing lineup right now, Raven, Tessa, Lay.
Ooh, I put you on the spot there. Woo!
What? Late, and I'm thinking about Watkins. So if Watkins isn't there, because I would put Watkins on the floor with Joyce, and I tell you, come beat me. Beat me. If Watkins isn't there, if Watkins isn't there, then I would put Tack on the floor, and I'm still telling you, come beat me. Come beat me. I'm still telling you, come beat me. And I know I went smaller. I got one big guard at Tessa. I got Raven at Lay a little bit smaller. Lay is jumping 10-4. I'm okay with that. Watkins is jumping 11. Come beat me. Because we got 13. A Baker's dozen, and we running a blind 10. I could put any 5 out there. Raven, Lay, Chloe, Joyce.
I like that. Hey, listen, you put Joyce and Watkins on the floor at the same time. Hey, let's have a block party, baby.
It's a block party. And Lay out there too. Everybody, and that's the other thing too that I noticed about the Gamecocks is, and I say it all the time, everybody got extra long arms. The length on our we don't got 6'7" still, but the length problem.
Yeah.
And the wingspan. Check Raven wingspan. Y'all check Raven Wingspan. She blocked the shots too. So you gonna have, it's a whole lot of basketball. It might not be enough basketballs to go around. I tell people all the time, these games are gonna be exciting to watch, but I bet you the practices is better. Oh my gosh, practices got to be off the hook. Yeah. To see the scrimmages between the starting five, the second five, the seatbelt gang versus the seniors. I know it's a lot of trash talking. It's got to be great basketball going on in there. I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
I would too. So season starts November 4th against Michigan on TNT out in Vegas. How you seen this game play out?
So glad what happened in Vegas, stay in Vegas. Well, nobody has to talk about this whooping we finna put on them. What happened in Vegas, stay in Vegas. So y'all don't have to worry about that. We finna send a message. We finna send a message. We don't have any players. Now, and get this now. Malaysia Fuwali was the tournament player of the year for the SEC tournament. She's not in consideration as the SEC player of the year. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. So yeah, y'all poke the bear again, and we finna come show y'all. I'm hoping that it's not like remember the Titans. Like, he was like, if they get one more yard, I'm taking everybody out. I hope we let people score this year. I hope we let y'all score this year. And y'all can be like, Auntie, don't get so big about Memphis. It was Memphis. Memphis is a better team than y'all think. Y'all check for Memphis in March and see who they are.
I listen. This is what I want to see from South Carolina this year. I want to see them hold teams under 50 points. Under 50 points. Under 50 points.
Rob, we was playing Memphis. Dawn went to looking around for some player that wasn't that good to put in the game to call the dogs off. She couldn't even find nobody. Did you see her looking in the stands? She was like, "Who gonna go out here? Because I can't call them off. I can't call them off." She didn't want us to put 100 on Memphis. She did not want us to put 100 on Memphis. Because that's how we don't get invited back to places. We keep going these places, putting 100 on people. They don't want us back.
Hey, listen, I know a team that y'all will be. Yeah, I do want to put 100 on.
Who is that?
NC State.
We not worried about them. Y'all talking? You should be. You gotta back it up now.
I know that's what I'm saying. I know a team that she would want to put 100 on.
Oh yeah. And I mean,
you out there running your mouth.
Sinai Rivers, we heard you. We heard you. I hope your team sent you out there to say that, and they gonna stand with you. Because it's one thing to be out there on that ledge by yourself. I hope you bring your whole squad with you. Ask Zam about Joyce. She's on the floor with her.
Hey, I just want to see because that's the second game of the season on ESPN. What was that? November 10th. You know what I'm saying? So
November 10th.
Yeah, it works out because every Wednesday show, we get to talk about the last game and the next game. So we gonna talk about it for sure.
We gonna talk about it.
That's out of the first 5 games, that's the most interesting matchup that I want to see against South Carolina. And it's not because it's an interesting matchup, because it really ain't. But I just want to see the layer of focus that they're gonna come against NC State, and how is NC State going to react when they get this punch in the mouth out the gate?
Oh, listen, we went and got them bodies by Molly. We coming back strong. We ready. Raven said the repeat tour began right when we finished the revenge tour. So we've been working, and we got something to show y'all.
Yeah.
Period.
We got
something to show y'all.
And then after that, you got 2 easy games, and then you got Clemson. So just out of the first 5 games, what do you see happening out of the first 5 games with this South Carolina team, 2024 team? And give me some of your expectations defensively. Give me some of your expectations offensively that you would love to see out of these first 5 games of the season.
I want to see the defense being more consistent. Our defense is beautiful when it's moved, like beautiful to watch. If you go back and watch the beginning of that North Carolina, or even the whole North Carolina, the second North Carolina meeting, when we locked in, it's beautiful basketball. It's basketball the way it's supposed to be played. I expected to see dominance. I expect to see 5-0. I want to see us shooting better free throws. I want to see us controlling the lead better. Once we put our foot on the gas, it's all gas, no brakes. No brakes this season. We got some breaks last season that might have cost some of the players some individual awards. It didn't cost us the championship, but I want to be able to see these ladies also be celebrated. So I want them to be able to shine in their moments that they're able to shine. And I think that Dawn is coming around and finding her balance to how she allows the standard to be the standard, but still allows them to build their brands and their names in a way that they are getting those deals and stuff that some of these other players that ain't got no championships, ain't been in no Final Fours, ain't never won nothing getting. So I think we locking in on that this time. And so like how Becky was like, y'all don't want me to take Asia out? Okay, I won't. Dawn is gonna be like, y'all don't want me to take my foot off the gas? All right, I won't. But careful what you ask for. Careful what you ask for. And nobody's given Dawn a back-to-back. Raven want to give Donnie this back-to-back. We trying to give a gift this time.
One thing I love about Dawn Staley, she don't care who y'all play, where y'all play. She just want to play, right? And there's some teams ducking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna miss some teams, but there's some teams out there ducking smoke.
They ain't want to smoke.
They don't want to smoke, but it's gonna be fun times. You better hope they don't see you in the tournament time. But
and that's the thing. That's the thing. You could have had the opportunity to see us before you see us in March. So now you're gonna be overwhelmed come March because you didn't want to see me. You didn't want to see me before.
That's one of the things that I hate about and I gotta go here. This is one of the things I hate about Kim Mulkey and LSU and scheduling. Scheduling. You get all these cupcakes, and when it's time to show up, you can't show up because you ain't played nobody.
Okay, this is the pushback that they give me, Rob. This is what they say. But she won a championship with the cupcakes. My thing is, I don't know if you win that championship if we take care of our business. If South Carolina shows up in that championship game like we were supposed to, I don't know that you. I'm just saying. I'm glad it worked out that way because I'm glad Angel got her one, but
see, I think it plays out completely different. Yeah, I think South Carolina beats LSU in the championship game. And the reason why is South Carolina was a better team than LSU. LSU just got hot at the right moments and times, but also the NCAA tried to point it for Kaylin to get to the championship game because they didn't know if she was gonna be able to make it at her next year. So it all played a part of strategy. The NCAA trying to market the money, things like that, and ratings, things like that. But Mulkey, you got to play somebody, dog. You just got to. I'm a competitor, and I want to play against the best and know what we really match up at. I would rather us take 2 or 3 losses in the season playing against great teams to prepare us for the NCAA tournament than to play a weak schedule and then I got to play everybody in the NCAA tournament, right? Because you can avoid a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather lose anytime between November and February. Anytime between November and February. Come March, I ain't trying to drop no game.
Listen, it don't matter that you lose anywhere, you know what I'm saying, November to January. It don't really matter if you lose because you can get that back. What you don't want to lose is in March. And if you ain't been battle tested and you lose in March, then guess what? Come on.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. You at the crib. That's what we lose in March. You back to classes, baby. Back to classes, spring break. Whatever time of year it is. Basketball is over.
I'm interested to see what that LSU team look like this year.
I'm excited for the LSU team.
They're gonna look completely different. Yeah, they're gonna look completely different. Yeah.
And I hope that they go through Big Four. If they go through Big Four, they're gonna go far.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
So SEC should be fun. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm looking forward to this conversation on a weekly basis. You get battle tests in the SEC. Oh yeah, you get battle tests in the SEC for sure. But for these teams that didn't want to see us, that had a chance to see us that are outside of the SEC, shame on you. Shame on you, because we invited everybody. We sent out a message on X, say who want to play us. Clayton showed up.
Listen, I'm not saying that you don't get battle tests in the SEC, but I'm talking about the non-conference schedule. That's the part. That's the only part I'm talking about, the non-conference part. Yeah.
And I
play somebody.
But I like that Kim tries to give some money back in the state. I like that she gives some money back in the HBCUs. I appreciate that. But let's balance that with a couple other more challenging non-conference games. And I'm not saying that you got to have the UConn non-conference schedule, because UConn has that schedule because their conference schedule is such a cupcake. But a balance, just find a nice balance between the two. That is what I would like.
Yeah, I mean, USC, UCLA. I mean, they playing a good non-conference schedule. Texas playing a good non-conference schedule. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But if you got to look at a couple games this season, what games are you gonna be most forward to seeing this season? So give me one from South Carolina, and then give me two from non-South Carolina games.
USC UConn. That's Southern California UConn. I want to see that one. Juju Page.
Ooh,
and I think SC and Notre Dame play. Juju and Hannah.
Okay.
For us, it's gonna be probably the LSU game, because they come to CLA this year. So I'm looking for them to that. It's always, I expect us to win the game. I just expect it to be a competitive game. UConn will be a good game. But yeah, the one I'm looking for probably is that LSU and UConn are my two we're gonna get NC State out the way early.
Yeah, that's gonna be a BTA. That's gonna be a BTA.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that Juju versus Page game, that's one of the games I'm really interested in too this season. But I think it's not gonna live up to the hype like it should though, for some reason. I just got a feeling something weird is gonna happen in that game.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm here for it all. But yeah, those. I'm gonna be watching Harvard. This year. Harmony Turner turned my head at that 3-on-3 tournament. So I'm gonna be watching for Harmony. I am. I like her game. I like her as a guard. I think she got a game that fits in the WNBA, and she got a toughness that fits. Like, she's a survivor. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching some Harvard basketball. But I got Anaya Hardy out of Detroit over there in Louisville, so I'm gonna be watching her. She bouncy. I'm looking to see if she's gonna catch a dunk this year. And then I got the Davis twins down in Georgia, India and Summer. So I also out of Michigan, so I'm gonna be watching for them too. So that's kind of where my eyes gonna be. What games you looking forward to this year before we get out of here?
Oh, you went out there for a second, so I couldn't even hear you. What was your question? Repeat it one more time.
I was saying, what games are you looking forward to before we get out of here? What's your two SEC game and the two non-SEC games?
So one is definitely gonna be Juju versus Page. I think that game is gonna come down to I think Kiki's gonna be the one who's gonna be the person that's gonna be a bigger part in the game than the matchup. But we'll see. I'm kind of interested to see Texas versus South Carolina. I think don't they play South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh yeah, we played Texas twice. They're in the SEC.
Yeah.
I think we played Texas twice.
Yeah, so I'm interested. That's my SEC game that I'm really interested to see. Now, I already know what it should look like and what it's going to look like, but I'm interested to see that game. UCLA versus USC is definitely a big one for me, just because the bigs. But two teams that I really want to see how they look like is going to be Oklahoma, because I coached with one of the girls on the team, Reagan Bears. And then Iowa State with Audie Cooks. I want to see what they look like this year. Because Iowa State was a sleeper team last year. And so now there's going to be some expectations on them this year. So I want to see how they handle those expectations this year. I'm not going to count on Notre Dame. I'm always been all right on Notre Dame. They have a good basketball program, but I just think they're missing a piece or two away. But it'd be interesting to see Notre Dame this year too.
Okay. All right. I'm just happy it's women's college hoops back. I'm watching all the basketball I can. Looking forward to the I think LSU got an exhibition tomorrow night on the SEC channel, I think. So I'm looking forward to just getting back into women's college hoops and seeing these a lot of the young players coming in too. So
for sure.
Excited for November 4th to get here. But I think we got one more exhibition on the 28th. It's not on TV. I don't know how I'm gonna see it. Whoever gonna be in the building, y'all let me know. So I need to know what's going on. so I can figure out how I'm gonna know what's going on. Political Lil was asking before we get out of here, what do you think about the rankings? I seen one guy had us ranked at number 2. What do you think about the overall rankings?
Listen, anybody that got South Carolina ranked number 2 should get drug tested immediately. Immediately, not immediately, immediately. If you got South Carolina ranked number 2, I'm just being honest. They're the number 1 team in the nation. Let's just keep it buck. Like when you return the entire team with -1 player, and you went undefeated and you won a championship, how are you not the number 1 team? Come on now, make it make sense for me, please. I just want to know. Make it make sense for me. There's nothing that you could tell me that shows you that they're not the number 1 team.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm just being honest.
Nothing, and that's with 2 F's. Nothing.
Should be drug
2
tested.
F's. Nothing. Yeah, immediate urinalysis. It's the coach prime effect for Don. Oh goodness, yes, Rob.
But listen, you know what? The thing that I love about it is I'm glad you didn't put him at number 1. I'm glad. So now we can hand out some BTAs for to start the season off, and then we're gonna see what to talk about.
Oh yeah, because the fact that he's saying that UConn is the number 1 team and we ain't even seen them healthy is ridiculous. They're a deep team, number 1 team. Stop playing.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, what team gonna show up for UConn. That's what I want to know. I know who on the team, but I don't know who healthy and who ain't healthy. So what team are we basing this off of? If just think about it. If they're fully healthy and South Carolina fully healthy, what are we talking about?
Oh, a good game. South Carolina win. That's what. And I mean, I don't think that people give enough credit for how important what Aaliyah Edwards did for UConn last year and what Nikki Mill did. They were very important pieces of what happened for UConn being able to get to that Final Four. So,
but I understand why they put UConn above above USC, the Trojans. I understand why they did that, but it also don't make sense either.
But they put Notre Dame above the Trojans too. I didn't understand that. I didn't see. I didn't see. So, like, I look at. But everybody entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. But I look at matchups and I just look at certain things. I'm like, if you put these 2 teams head to head against each other, it's obvious who's gonna win. It's clear, obvious.
Exactly.
And so, what we talking about? But it's good to see them. Give some competitive edge, right? You just, you put something on the table to show, hey, listen, this is how we feel about you. All right, come out and show us something different. That's the beautiful thing about sports. If you don't like where your ranking is, come do something about it. But
every day,
what it also does, it puts a mark on UConn's back to say you got to show us why you're the number 1 team, and they got to carry their threshold because now South Carolina get to sit back and be like, we just get to hand out some BTAs and we can show you why we're the number 1 team. And you ain't got to rank us. We don't even care if you don't rank us. Just keep giving us motivation. Keep putting something on the table to get us fired up every game. You good with that?
Keep poking that bear. Exactly.
Because I think USC is going to be a lot better than what people expect them to be too. Also, and they're going because Juju's going to be on a mission this year. I'm telling you that right now. If she don't get Player of the Year, if she don't get Big Ten, if she don't get Player of the Year, I know something up. But we already know what's going to happen.
Oh, we're gonna see what happens. Paige is coming to try to get that Player of the Year. Paige Becker's got 2 brand new knees. She ain't told nobody, but they knew. She got 2 new knees, and she is coming.
Juju's gonna put up better numbers than Paige, but Paige gonna end up getting it.
Listen, if Juju put up the better numbers, I think it's gonna be hard for them to give it to Paige. Like Paige gonna have to come get Player of the Year. And Paige knows it.
Paige is gonna average about 17, 4 assists, and probably 6 rebounds. Juju's gonna average about 24, 25. She's gonna come off her 27 number from last year, but she's still gonna average 24, 25 because you ain't got nobody that can flat out guard her on the court. I don't care what team. You ain't got nobody that can guard her. The only thing that you can hope is that she has an off night from shooting, but she's gonna get her 24, 25. It's just what are the players around her gonna rise to the occasion?
Juju don't get 24, 25 if you don't foul her to death. If you can guard Juju and not foul her, you can keep her from her 24, 25.
You know how to keep Juju
for the free throw line.
You know what keeps Juju from getting 24, 25? Keep her out of transition. Because if you get Juju out in transition, that's where majority of her fouls come from. It's because she's coming downhill and attacking you in transition, and you either got to foul or you're gonna give it the layup. And ain't nobody trying to give it the layup, so they're gonna foul her. But when she's in a half court set, how many fouls does she really get?
Exactly. Yeah,
you gotta keep out of transition.
You want to see Ashton guard Juju? Okay.
That's you don't want to see that matchup.
That's what Kels is saying.
The reason why you don't want to see that matchup is because she's gonna get Ashton in foul trouble, and she's gonna be a non-threat. You will want Ashton to be
Ashton to play better
weak
defense,
side of side help. I get it, but you got to think of the way Juju get people in foul trouble. That's the key thing, because Juju will come through with a rip through. She will do something to create fouls, and she's the best at that. She's the best at creating fouls. Yeah, you don't want Ashton to get in foul trouble. You want her to come be that weak side help or the strong side help to go in to attack, to go get blocks. So that's why I wouldn't put her on her, because like in late game situations, that's an automatic. But during the game, beginning of the game, I don't want that matchup. I want her to pass. As soon as she put the ball down, we're going to go double. Soon as we got somebody else gonna have to beat us today. It ain't gonna be Juju. Right? That's just flat out. But a lot of people
I can't wait for us to play. I can't wait for us to play because I know my laser is gonna step up to guard her. So I'm here to see it. Let's see it.
Yeah,
let's see it.
No doubt. But I wouldn't put Ashley to start out with her. I would sprinkle Ashley in every now and then possession just to give a break from whoever the primary defender is.
I also wonder, how does Tack change that at the rim? How does Tack change that at the rim? That's not Camila Cardoso back there. That's Adele Tack back there. So yeah. I wonder how I'm dying to see how Tack what her rim protection looks like.
But one thing I love about Juju, she got a mid range.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. She boom pop and get to that mid range and raise up on you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's where that length come in. That's where that length and that athleticism come in. That block party.
Yeah, so that's
gonna be fun. I wish they would have signed up for the smoke. I wish they would have signed up for the smoke. We sent the application.
Hey man, that's one matchup.
Yeah,
I really want to see.
Tessa on Juju is gonna be the problem, and that's the thing. Like Tessa is 6'1". She is the bigger guard. She do got the defense. She do got the size. She gonna battle with Juju.
She can raise up on her because Juju's 6'4". Juju can raise up over her.
Juju's not 6'4". Juju's listed at like 6'2".
She's with shoes on, she's 6'4". Without shoes, she's 6'2". That's how they.
Tessa gonna put her shoes on too. I'm not. I mean, I love Juju. I'm just not scared of Juju.
I'm not saying nobody should be scared of her. It's just the things that she can do to create situations. That's what matters. But Juju 6'2" without shoes on. When they put shoes on, she's gonna be about 6'4". They're gonna give you two. They give you 2 inches.
Oh yeah, Tessa's gonna put her shoes on too, so that's gonna make her 6'3". So, and then when Tack put her shoes on, she's gonna be 6'7". So we all putting our shoes on. we all putting our shoes on, not just Juju. Everybody getting 2 inches. So add 6'5" with the shoes on then.
Hey, that's normally how they do when they do, like, for people that don't know, when they actually list players on rosters and stuff like that. Professionals, they do it with shoes on. They always give you 2 inches than what you normally are. So they're like a person 7 foot that's 6'10", the 6'9". They 6'11", because they grading them with shoes on without shoes. So Juju's actually closer to 6'4" with shoes on than she is 6'2".
Yeah, unless you Kevin Durant. That is the only person I know don't want to be 7 feet. I don't know what is wrong with him. He'd be like, I ain't 7 feet yet. Yeah. Boy, you all a 7'1". Stop playing. You all a 7'1". Stop playing, bro.
He's 7 foot, and then the person that's saying they 7 foot, they really 6'9", and you looking at Kevin Durant
like, I'm 7 foot.
Dog.
We like, bro, you are 6'11" and 11, bro. What are you talking about? He like, not me. I'm 6'10". I'm 6'10" over here, bro. You're not. You're all a 7'1". Stop. So I'm looking forward to just so much basketball. Juju Hannah Hidalgo is one of my favorites. She all dog, all go. She's small like me, so she's one of my favorites to watch. But basketball is in such good hands. Women's hoops is in such good hands. So many freshmen coming in. Zam, Joyce, Sarah Strong. So many names. We want to see what they do. You got Fournier and Duke coming out of Canada's Duncan. So just excited to get this thing going and excited to keep this conversation going. So I appreciate your time this week. Looking forward to next week. Always. How you want to close us out?
Man, first of all, appreciate me for having on. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to both channels. We're gonna bring y'all this every Wednesday. We're gonna talk about Gamecocks. Every Wednesday, we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. So you know what I'm saying? Just come in, join the party, comment. When we end this video, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, leave comments there. Let everybody come to the party, because we're gonna have a party. All right, we finna have a party every Wednesday.
It's a party now, y'all.
You know, so y'all come join the festivities, man. And as always, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in.
Absolutely, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon.